A boy named Christopher Robin, who in the 100 Acre Wood met some creatures whose names were Igor, Winnie-the-Pooh, Piglet, and their friends. Christopher became friends with them and brought them food every day. But as time passed, Christopher grew up and had to go to university. So he left his friends in the woods.
Something changed that day inside Lotso. Something snapped.
Since Christopher no longer brought them food, they starved, and due to desperation, they ate Igor. After this act, Pooh and the others developed a hatred for humans, especially Christopher, so they made a pact, renounced their humanity, and became wild animals, promising never to speak again. And so it begins. Welcome to Random Recaps. In this video, I am going to recap the movie. 5 years later, Christopher returns to the woods with his girlfriend Mary. Mary doesn't really believe in Christopher's stories from when he was a kid.
I think you were very young, and your imagination ran wild.
Since Christopher told her about the creatures that were his friends, he takes her to the woods to show her that he's not crazy. Although Mary thinks they were just imaginary friends. Christopher and Mary look for Pooh and the others but can't find them. Christopher hears a noise and thinks it's Pooh. But there's no one there. Although they find the place where Christopher used to go, Mary gets scared and wants to leave, but Christopher says he knows them and that nothing will happen, and we see a sign that says. They enter a house where Christopher used to play, they hear a noise, Mary gets scared, and they hide. Then someone enters. Christopher and Mary leave the house silently. Then Piglet grabs Mary and strangles her to death. Christopher runs away, and Winnie-the-Pooh appears. Christopher asks him why they're doing all this. Piglet also arrives, and Christopher says,
"Why are you doing this? We used to be friends. What? Stop!"
Pooh and Piglet take Christopher and show him what happened to Igor. After that, we meet a girl named Maria who is in therapy. The therapist tells her to go on vacation to a quiet place so she doesn't have stress. Maria decides to go to the woods with some friends, and they stop at a gas station, but a guy tells them the gas pumps don't work.
If you're looking for gas, you can drive up the road about 2 miles.
Maria and her friends arrive at the house, and to disconnect, they get rid of their phones.
Come on. You're never gonna know it's gone.
One of her friends named Tina is late and gets lost on the way, so she ends up in the 100 Acre Woods. Tina calls Maria to tell her she's lost. But suddenly she's chased by Pooh. Tina starts running and tries to hide, but she's really bad at hiding, so Pooh finds her and undresses her. Dang, Pooh is a pervert, and then he kills her by grinding her in a wood chipper. After that, Maria tells them why she goes to therapy. She says that one night she woke up to drink water, and when she returned to her room she heard a noise. She looked between the curtains and saw eyes staring at her.
And when I screamed, I just ran off.
She spoke to the police, but they didn't do anything. She says one night she was sleeping alone in her room, and at 3 a.m. she heard a noise in the room. A guy tries to undress her. The police found the guy's computer and found photos of her. And what does this have to do with Winnie-the-Pooh?
Nothing whatever, nothing whatever.
After that, we see that Christopher didn't die and that Pooh has him trapped. Christopher tells him this isn't him, that he has to stop. And we see Pooh remembering Christopher as a child.
You're the best bear in all the world.
And he cries and gets angry. So he grabs Igor's tail and starts whipping Christopher with it. And then we see him with Mary's corpse in the woods. Pooh listens to music at full volume. Meanwhile, we see Lara in the jacuzzi taking pictures of herself. Lara notices in the photo that Pooh was behind her. She gets scared and gets out of the jacuzzi. She doesn't care and goes back to the jacuzzi. Then Pooh and Piglet arrive and kidnap her. They leave her lying there tied up on the road, and Pooh runs her over with a car. Maria and Jess realize Lara screamed. So they go check it out, and they find Lara dead. And a message written in blood that says leave. The girls get scared and realize Pooh is there. Pooh cuts the power. The girls look for something to defend themselves with. Zoe tries to calm Maria down.
We gotta get through this. Okay?
Zoe is going to go close the back door. Maria remembers she has a gun and they go get it. They find it. Then they see Pooh is inside the house. Meanwhile, Piglet finds Zoe and Alice. Zoe falls into the pool, and Alice passes out. Piglet tries to kill Zoe with hammers. Alice wakes up and watches as they kill Zoe. Meanwhile, Jess and Maria are still upstairs. They go check on Zoe and realize she's dead, and they took Alice. Maria and Jess follow Pooh and Piglet. Then we see Pooh eating honey, or well, I think it's honey, and he slaps Alice. And again and again and again. Maria and Jess find Alice, and they help her. As they flee, they hear a scream. They go check it out, and they find Christopher. Christopher asks them for help, and they untie him. They hear another scream, and the girls go help a girl who is chained up. The girl says Piglet tortures her whenever he wants. The friends help her escape. Then the girl looks in a mirror and says,
What have they done?
You poor, ugly thing, you.
so she gets angry and wants revenge. She looks for Piglet to kill him. Piglet appears. The girl shoots, but the gun doesn't work. Then Pooh appears, and he pours honey on her, I think, and Piglet kills her. The girls flee, but Alice stays behind and hits Piglet with a hammer. Pooh chases after the others. Maria defends herself with fire, and they run out into the woods. Meanwhile, Alice chains up Piglet and beats him, and hits him with hammers, and kills him. Pooh hears Piglet scream, and goes to help him, so Pooh grabs Alice and kills her. Meanwhile, Jess and Maria are running from Pooh. A car comes and they stop it to help them.
We need to get us out of here.
Pooh comes, and the guys go fight him to help the girls. But Pooh is unstoppable. The guy hits him, and the four of them start beating on Pooh. But the blows don't do anything to Pooh. He gets angry and kills them all. Pooh goes after the girls. They start the car and run over Pooh, but Pooh manages to get in the car. Maria crashes, and when she wakes up, her face is messed up. She sees that Pooh is taking Jess, and Pooh decapitates her. Pooh goes after Maria. He throws Jess's head at her. He grabs Maria, and when he's about to kill her, Christopher arrives in a car, running over Pooh. Christopher goes to help Maria, but Pooh is still alive.
Oh, come on!
He grabs a knife. The car explodes. Pooh grabs Maria. Christopher begs him to stop. He tells him if he lets her go, he'll stay. But Pooh no longer believes Christopher and tells him. And he cuts Maria's throat. Christopher watches as Pooh stabs Maria and runs away. And that's the end of the movie.